Who is a godman? Who is inventing these words? I need a license to drive on the road. I need to buy a ticket to fly in a plane, all right? Everything that's responsibilities of being a citizen is upon me. You have not given me relief from anything. I also carry a Aadhaar card. I have all the responsibilities, but I have no rights. I can't stand for an election. When a student can stand for an election, when a businessman can stand for an election, when a journalist can stand for an election, why is it religion?
Because you stand for a religion, your power is derived from your religion.
Is that so?
Isn't it?
Do you think so?
It is.
Do you think my access to people is because of a religious identity? Only in India I'm religious. Everywhere in the world, people see me as a yogi who is relevant to everybody's life. Only in Indian politics, everybody thinks I am belonging to a certain religion. One thing I would like to correct this. I've said this before. I've never seen a God man in my life. I've seen men, I've seen goddamn men. So where did you see a God? Where did you see a God man? It's a completely media-coined word. It must be taken back and never used again because who is a God man? Who is inventing these words? Just to simply depreciate everything about this culture? There are no God men in this culture. We have been reverential towards certain men because of the contributions they've made to our life. And in this country, we are reverential towards everything. We do this, people do this if they go into the temple.
Yes.
If they do this, if they see a man, woman, child, donkey, cow, tree, elephant, whatever we see, we do this.
So why should a Mahant be a minister of state in Madhya Pradesh? Yogendra Mahant, Narmadanand Maharaj,
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Hariharanand Maharaj,
Uttar Pradesh.
that too. But these are the people who were appointed ministers of state in Madhya Pradesh. So it cuts across boundaries of state. And this is active mixing of the religion and state. I can't say church and state, but religion and state.
Just now also I was asked by somebody, why is a yogi becoming a political leader, he's become a chief minister, why is another yogi starting a business somewhere, and why are you going around the world and doing what you're doing? So in your opinion, what is a yogi supposed to do? Always sit cross-legged in a cave? See, this is the image that you got from calendar images.
Yes.
Or you watch those television serials.
Exactly.
Yogis have always been active in the society. It's just that they're flexible, whatever is needed in those times, they did that. I must tell you this. I was at the economic forum and one professor from Harvard University comes and says, "Oh, you're that amazing tree planter." I said, "No, I'm not a tree planter." He said, "No, you planted millions of trees." I said, "Well, I did it, but I'm not a tree planter." I asked, "What do you do then?" I said, "I make people flower." Now, I'm planting trees because the damn trees are not there.
Yes.
If people had not removed all the trees, why would I go planting trees? I'm just doing what is relevant for today. And it's always been so, yogis did what is relevant for that day.
But they didn't enter politics,
No.
active politics.
I'll tell you, Parashuram was a king, he was a yogi also,
Yes.
all right? Active, very active politics.
But a ruler and a politician are
No,
different.
I'm saying, see, a yogi means, have you given any special rights to him? A yogi pays taxes. I need a license to drive on the road. I need to buy a ticket to fly in a plane, all right? Everything that's responsibilities of being a citizen is upon me. You have not given me relief from anything. I also carry a Aadhaar card. I got a number, okay? All this. But now you're saying I have no rights in this country. What for? I have all the responsibilities, but I have no rights. I can't stand for an election. I'm not going to, ever. That's a different matter. But some yogi wants to stand for an election. It's his right. When a student can stand for an election, when a businessman can stand for an election, when a journalist can stand for an election, well, many journalists have stood for election and they've failed, the yogi has succeeded. Is success the only problem? I'm asking. Both with one yogi who is doing business, another yogi who is in politics, are we complaining about the success or about his being a yogi?
The mixing of religion and politics.
Why is it religion?
Because you stand for a religion, your power is derived from your religion.
Is that so?
Isn't it?
Do you think so?
It is.
You think my access to people is because of a religious identity?
Not at all.
Do you think so?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
No, I'm saying all these people, maybe not many of them, but many of us, including me, any part of the world I go, people respond. If it was religious, would they respond? Only in India I'm religious. Everywhere in the world, people see me as a yogi who is relevant to everybody's life. Only in Indian politics, everybody thinks I am belonging to a certain religion. Because in India, it's described like that. When certain things happened in Tamil Nadu, an official came for a certain inquiry. I said, see, I've never identified myself with any religion.
Yes.
Why are you
Okay.
putting me in some religious category? He says, your name is Hindu. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to change my name into something else? Should I change my name into something which doesn't represent anything in this culture, only then I will be beyond my religious identity? I have never identified myself with any religion. In fact, this is not a culture which was identified with religion because this has always been a land of seekers, not of believers.
In recent times, the intervening of spirituality and politics had become increasingly pronounced, with spiritual leaders taking on more active roles in political discourse. This trend has sparked debates about the appropriate boundaries and responsibilities of gurus in influencing political narratives and shaping people's opinions. A well-known journalist says, "As a journalist, I have had the privilege of covering stories that brought me into contact with various spiritual leaders, offering insights into their perspectives on political engagement. One such experience took me to the Hare Krishna complex in Juhu, Mumbai, where I witnessed the monks' ambitious plans to transform the complex into spiritual sanctuary, akin to a spiritual Disneyland. This vision, while inspiring, raised questions about the compatibility of such grandeur with the complexities of practical involvement." Another enlightening encounter was with Swami Mukundananda in Ganeshpuri. Despite having followers from diverse political backgrounds, Swami Mukundananda maintained a steadfast focus on delivering non-political discourse, showcasing a commitment to spiritual teachings over political affiliations. His approach underscored the importance of remaining impartial and prioritizing spiritual guidance over political discourse. The Rajneesh Ashram in Pune provided yet another perspective on the relationship between the spirituality and politics. Under the guidance of Rajneesh himself, the ashram operated with a sense of unity and respect, even in the presence of division political figures. This period of the ashram's history highlighted a commitment of spiritual growth and community rather than engaging in political entanglements. The association between Dhirendra Brahmachari and Indira Gandhi was another intriguing example of the intersection of spirituality and politics. While Brahmachari may not fit in the traditional image of a guru, his involvement in political circle raised questions about the role of spiritual leaders in influencing political decisions and agendas. Historically, Muslim religious leaders such as the Shahi Imam of Jamma Masjid have often aligned themselves with specific political factions, using their influence to advocate for political causes in their sermons. This alignment has sometimes extended to global issues like the support for the Taliban among Indian Muslims, highlighting the complex relationship between religious, politics, and global affairs. Ramdev's involvement in political demonstrations during the UPA era with high society and media personalities suggests a growing interest among spiritual leaders in political affairs. As we reflect on the historical contemporary engagements of gurus in politics, it is clear that the fusion of spiritual and political realm is a complex and evolving phenomenon. While some spiritual leaders may choose to remain impartial and focused on their teachings, others may see political engagement as a means to a greater end. Ultimately, it is to teach individuals to remain discerning and critical in their approach to spiritual and political leaders, seeking guidance from those who prioritize integrity, compassion, and the well-being of all, regardless of political affiliations. The involvement of spiritual leaders in politics reflects a complex interplay between spirituality, public influence, and personal convictions. As individuals, it is important to critically evaluate the role of gurus in political discourse and prioritize leaders who embody values of integrity and inclusivity. Who will Sadhguru appoint next to run the Isha Foundation? To know the truth, you must watch this video now. If you find this video informative, be sure to like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Pranam.